Danielle, go ahead and lead us off.
Hi, Lucas. Pitching a late inning tonight against the Dodgers. How much do you think playing in a situation like that will help you for the future when hopefully the Rockies are contending one day?
I think it helps a lot. I think for me, being able to get in those situations, guys like me, guys like Sheffield, being able to get some of those opportunities, some of those situations is obviously kind of the end goal for us. And I think being able to do that is, giving us learning opportunities, giving us, kind of the confidence, if you will, saying, I can do this, or going forward, I'm going to be able to do this. And, it's been great.
I think this is now 16 scoreless outings in a row for you. So how have you been feeling overall? It's just a matter of feeling comfortable up here, or what's been working so well for you?
Yeah, I think there's an element of being comfortable and being confident out there. And I think on top of that, it's just been learning more and more about the game, learning more about hitters, learning to trust my stuff, and just continuing to talk to some of the older guys and get their 2 cents on different things and continuing to learn. And I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Is there anything specific that you've picked up on lately or learned lately that's helped you a lot?
I wouldn't say anything specific. I think just from a general point of view, it's attacking in the zone with all my pitches and being able to show hitters that I can locate, my fastball, my slider, my splitter, so I can keep them honest and, keep them from doing anything crazy.
Thank you, Lucas.
Nate Groke.
Yeah, hey, Lucas, left field question here. Metaphorically anyway, you're gonna be facing the Dodgers quite a bit, probably. A divisional team like this. In the moment, when you're facing, like tonight, you're at the top of the lineup there for at least 2 at bats. Are you sort of booking information about these hitters that you're facing for future reference, or is that something that are you so focused in the moment on getting out that it's something you have to kind of come back to later and think about? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I'd say a little bit of both. I think consciously, obviously, you're in the moment, but I think subconsciously, there's different things that, even during as well as after an outing, I can say, I can go back to the Mookie Betts at bat and say, okay, this is what I was trying to do. This is what it looks like he was trying to do. So, going forward, you kind of start that chess match, if you will, of, okay, this is what he's looking for. This is what I'm good at. This is how I'm going to attack him. And, it's a cat and mouse game. It's constantly going to be changing, but it gives you an idea going forward of how to attack guys.
Yeah, and because that he knows that too, right? That he's doing the same thing with you, and so it's a constant game.
Absolutely, and I think tonight, for example, he put a good swing on a splitter that I thought was a pretty good pitch, and he knows that, I know that, and going forward, it's going to be okay. It's not that I'm going to eliminate that pitch by any means, but it's how I'm going to be effective, how I'm going to change my sequence, maybe how I'm going to make him uncomfortable in the box, change my timing, something just to switch it up on him and keep him honest.
Yeah, gotcha. That's awesome. Thanks, dude.
Patrick Lyons.
Hey, Lucas. Daniel Bard said one thing that you do really well is just advocate for yourself and ask questions. Outside of him, being an older guy and having some experience in the big leagues, is there, anything else about Bard that allows him to be like so approachable and to ask the questions that you want to know the answers to?
Oh, absolutely. I jokingly call him and Kinley and Stevenson and Estevez, I call them my life coaches, but all of those guys, Bard specifically, are very open about what they've been through, what they've learned. And I think Bard specifically, with his background and the mental skills and everything he's been through on and off the field, I think he understands the game at a very high level, and I think he understands people at a very high level, which makes it easy to talk to him and easy to get information, and he's obviously very approachable, like you said.
Obviously, older players like that seem like they're like an additional coach on the field, but does he stand out as being like head and shoulders above the rest and truly a player coach combination?
No, I wouldn't say that specifically, because I think we have a lot of guys that are able to do that. But I would say, him, Kinley, Estevez, Chacin, Stevenson, all those guys with experience, they've been awesome for guys like me and Sheffield and Bowden to talk to and be able to learn from, because they're willing to give that information. They want to help. They want to, kind of guide you through this, because they've been through it and they've had ups and downs. And I'd say all of them have been great this year in terms of helping out and being able to almost player coach, like you said.
And then finally, kind of following up on Nick's previous question about filing information away, is there anything in a moment when a guy like Albert Pujols steps to the plate and, you know, you're closing a game out in the ninth, obviously not a safe situation, but is there anything where you just kind of take that moment in and save it for later?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Pujols has had an incredible career, and you know, every time, I think that's the second time I faced him. Every time I faced him so far, it's, you know, he steps in the box and it's a little bit surreal to a certain extent, because it's like, wow, I grew up watching this guy, and you know what he's been able to do on the field has been incredible. So it's a blessing and it's an honor to be able to throw to those guys and have those opportunities.
Thank you, Lucas.
We'll take final questions from Larry Patrick.
Yes, Lucas, kind of following up on the question, is that one of the things that in facing someone like Albert Pujols and you've got the best of him a couple of times, that's bragging rights for you in the future, saying, well, I faced a Hall of Famer and he didn't hit me too well?
Oh, absolutely. I think obviously, as you guys know, the confidence piece is huge, especially as a reliever. When one bad outing, you got to forget about and move on to the next one. And I think it's great to be able to face guys like that, and be able to say, you know, I got this guy out or I got that guy out, because going forward, it gives you that confidence. And, you know, even when things are going bad, good or bad, you know that it's in there and you can get good hitters out.
Things have really been going good for you though lately. How many outings at the beginning would you say it kind of took for you really to get a lot of confidence that's brought you to where you are right now during this stretch?
I'd say it was pretty gradual, but I'd say, you know, almost after the All-Star break, for example, I think one of the big ones for me was being able in Dodger Stadium to go in that 10th inning and get out of that situation. And I think for me, it had slowly been building all year. And I think every outing kind of after that, I just continued to kind of tack on that confidence, kind of a new mindset and approach, and just being able to trust my stuff and do what I can.
You know, you guys have been spoilers with Atlanta, Philadelphia tonight against the Dodgers. It wasn't too long ago that you guys were kind of mired in fourth place, probably 14 games behind third place and way ahead of Arizona. Now San Diego's only 5 games ahead of you. Has there been any talk in the clubhouse watching that and saying, hey, maybe we could finish third?
Yeah, I mean, not directly, but I think everybody knows what this team's capable of. And I think the mindset is to continue to try and win ball games and kind of see where we're at the end of the year. But I think that's definitely on people's radar. And that's something we're just trying to win as many games. We love playing spoiler, and we're going to come in and day out till the end of the year trying to win.
All right. Thank you, Lucas.
Thanks for your time, Luke.